Hi, I'm Cindy Rocket. I'm the Executive Director of Crossroads Medical Mission out of Bristol, Virginia / Tennessee, and the Chairman of the Board of Directors of Tennessee Charitable Care Network. It's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to TCCN's annual conference, 2020, Focused on the Future. I'm so excited about this conference. Years ago, when I was much younger, my brother-in-law and sister picked me up at 5:30 in the morning, ready to ride with them on a trip to the beach. And as I hopped in the car, my brother-in-law Mike warned me, "Cindy, if you're all bubbly and excited this morning, I'm going to kick you out of the car." I'm pretty certain if Mike had picked me up this morning, he would have kicked me out of the car. I'm so excited. None of us could have imagined the challenges 2020 would bring, or how unlike the past, our, I hate to say it, new normal is proving to be. The next 2 days are devoted to exploring what the future might look like for all of us as community servants, each one of us, not just the TCCN members. I don't want to spoil the conference plot, but the future asks for us to look across the many faces of the conference and to see partners. There will never, ever be enough resources to meet all the needs of our community, especially if we try to address them on our own. But the great news is we don't have to address them on our own. We're in this together. The theme of the pandemic is the promise of our future. We are all in this together. On behalf of the Board of Directors, the staff, and members, we hope our time together brings you encouragement, renewal, excitement, energy, and hope. Mary is going to spend a few minutes looking back at TCCN's admittedly brief history, and then we'll touch on housekeeping and finish this portion of the conference opening with an offering by our conference musical artist, Andra Moran.
Thanks, Cindy. Hi, I'm Mary Kiger, Executive Director of the Tennessee Charitable Care Network. Thank you so much for joining us. Many of you are aware that TCCN grew out of Tennessee Primary Care Association, TPCA, because along with the federal funds enjoyed by federally qualified health centers came an unending set of regulations and reporting requirements. As TPCA's offering evolved to support the FQHCs in adapting to their new world, 3 members understood the opportunity for an organization that focused exclusively on the needs of free and charitable care providers. Today, as we open our annual conference, we want to recognize our founding mothers. Laura Hobson, Faith Family Health Center in Nashville, Helen Scott, Healing Hands Health Center in Bristol, Tennessee, and Ann Langston in Church Health in Memphis. Each of these women are indispensable leaders in their own organizations, but they worked relentlessly to create a separate member-based network of similar providers. We're also deeply grateful to Mary Vance, former chair of the Rural Health Association of Tennessee and the former executive director of Mountain Hope Good Shepherd, for her energetic leadership and policy development, and to Melissa Knight, executive director of Interfaith Health Clinic, who graciously served as TCCN's first treasurer. These founding mothers and all those that sat on the first board of directors set TCC on a strong and resilient foundation. I want to acknowledge the importance of board leadership and thank TCCN's current board members for their dedication and service. And I thank all members who have ever served in a board position, because that really is a gift to your organizations. Through its history of service and dedication, TCC embodies the heart and voice of Tennessee's free and charitable health care programs. Please give these ladies a round of applause. I know you can only hear me. but I am saluting them. The next slide provides a view into the TCCN's growth as an organization. And as you can see on the following slide, we have a very broad distribution of members across the state. We now have 52 members in 58 locations serving 69 counties in Tennessee, and we look forward to the network's continued growth. So if you're a 501c3 providing Tennesseans with free and charitable healthcare services, including medical, dental, behavioral, medication, or care coordination, and aren't federally funded, you fit TCCN's membership criteria. If you don't fit those criteria, we invite your organization to participate as an associate member. You can learn more about becoming a member or an associate member at our website under the membership tab. At this point, we'd like to also acknowledge our associate members, to whom we are deeply grateful for their support. And that brings us to our sponsors and partners who are making this conference possible and who make TCCN's work possible. Following our plenary session with Dr. McDonald, we'll enjoy several short high-impact med talks by our sponsors. These content-rich segments are modeled after the now popular TED Talks, so you won't want to miss them.
Thank you, Mary. Now, this is Cindy back at you. This conference, like all conferences, is an opportunity to create and share community with each other, despite the reality that we are all Zoom weary. But we are here to learn, to renew, to enjoy ourselves and each other. We've built in regular 15-minute breaks so you can take care of yourself. And of course, you can pick and choose what interests you. The conference can be an individually tailored feast. Each room will have a room host provided by our fabulous virtual producer, Austin Talley. Links to the rooms are provided in 3 different places: the website, your agenda, or in the chat. We ask you to remember your Zoom manners. Don't forget to mute yourself when you're not speaking. We hope you'll choose to show up in person if you feel comfortable. We want to see all of your faces. All sessions will be recorded, and the entire conference will be available on the resource section of our website a few weeks after the conference. As for today, our first plenary features Dr. Morgan McDonald, Deputy Commissioner of the Tennessee Department of Health. That will be followed by our sponsor-led Med Talks, then a break followed by breakout sessions. I hope you've studied the conference agenda and have developed a strategy for how to pick and choose among the 4 outstandingly relevant breakout sessions coming your way today. Don't stress because you can't be everywhere at once. I probably will. Stress, that is. You'll be able to revisit any portion of the conference that you choose once it all gets up on our website. So, after your first breakout session, we'll take another 15-minute break, and then we'll dive into our 4 special interest discussions. These discussions are only scheduled for half an hour, but because they're followed by another break, if you're having a great conversation and are not quite ready to wrap it up, your room host can give you up to 10 more minutes to talk. You can also let TCCN know that the conversation should be continued after the conference, and we'll make that happen as well. We will end day 1 with the plenary session with Nicole Lamoureux, President and CEO of the National Association of Free and Charitable Clinics. She's a tremendous leader and a good friend to all of her members.
Now, I want to introduce you to songwriter, singer, minister, creative genius, and so much more, Andrew Moran, whose music you've been listening to. It's all original. And she will share with us one of her songs as a prayer and a blessing for each of us, for all of us, and for our time together.
Hello, TCCN members and partners. My name is Andra Moran. I am a singer and a songwriter living here in Nashville. I've been here for 25 years. And a big part of what I do is help people to think about ways to connect to God through music and creativity and art. When Mary Kiger called to talk to me about being part of your conference, I was really honored because I know that so much of what you do enriches the lives of so many and provides care in ways that are really especially important at this moment in history. So the song I'm going to share with you as we get started here is a song about offering your whole self, about being responsive to what the world needs from you, about being responsive to what God is calling you to do, how you are to be giving of yourself, and how you are to share who you are with a world that needs you. So the song is called Offering. If you want me to lead, if you want me to follow, I will. If you want me to go, or if you want me to stay here, I will give my all. Here we are, here we are, here we are, an offering. If you want me to grow or bloom where you plant me, I will. If I should let go, or if you want me to hold on, I will give my all. Here we are, here we are, here we are, an offering, sacrifice from me. You do not require, I delight to do this work.